Alright guys, I got my phone propped up. Uh, Hopefully it doesn't fall. This is actually take two. So over the weekend, we did get the engine into the 64 and the transmission. It didn't happen together. The frame has the mounts set back for the engine. Um, so we fought the firewall. We were trying to put it in as one piece and it just wasn't going to work out. So we had to unbolt the transmission from the engine partway in, and it killed more time than it should have taken. But you know what? All in all, it was like an hour setback, really. In the grand scheme of things, it always seems like it takes longer, but I was pretty laid back, and things kind of came together after that. The headers were a little tricky. Um, the engine diaper was tricky. It was different than the one that I have. Just little fitment issues. I mean, you're going from one car that had a certain setup to an engine that is slightly different, so you're going to have, uh, differences and things. That car did have a small block in it at one point. I don't know if those were the headers from it or not. I think JJ or Dave can chime in on that. But either way, um, with talking to JJ, I think we both kind of the realization of this is that our original numbers that we both kind of had in mind were a little different. But I think mine, and I'm not trying to like rag on him, but I think that the number that I have in mind is what I would have wanted my setup to run with that engine in my car. And my car is almost ideal for that combination to really match or do better than that Le Mans, because if you do the math and you break down how much less weight I have than that car, then on paper it would have translated to that much of a pickup if everything was equal. Now we're putting the engine in a chassis that is truly for much, much better engine combination, something that can really rev. And that's really going to be our Achilles heel there with the 456. But now the difference is that when JJ ran it in the Le Mans, he had an 850 Demon on there. Actually, the carb that's going to go on the small block eventually. We're going to put a 950 HP because he said he picked up on his last motor when he went from an 850 to a 950 quite a bit. So we're hoping that maybe that 950 will let the motor breathe a little bit more. The cylinder heads surely are a kind of a point there that they are going to restrict. So really, we're not going to be overly ambitious, and due to the fact that, to truly dial in the car, it's going to take you more than, 2 evenings at the track, or even 2 days at the track. Last summer I spent months dialing in my combination to the point where now it's like I can literally roll it off the trailer and I'll know I'll run an 1185 or 1186, 1183 in that range. It's gotten tighter, but I've spent a lot of time to dial in the car. So I think whatever it's going to run, it's going to run. It's been a really, really fun build. I had a lot of fun Saturday working with JJ. His wife helped out. His son was huge help when JJ had to step out for his daughter's sporting event, and it was a lot of fun. I usually work alone, and I like working with people, especially people that I really get along with. So it was really fun. So on that, it's full win. It's been a really fun project. So at this point, it's like, you know what? If we get close to that number that we both kind of have agreed on now that we think is realistic, I think it'll be icing on the cake. As long as the car goes on a track and the engine doesn't blow up, I don't know, we might want to spray it. Who the fuck knows at this point? I really don't care. So, um, it's been fun. So, in the next couple of weeks, he's got things going on. I got things going on. I got to start getting the car ready for the track, which really means I got to do my inspection. I've been driving it a lot on the street, so I just got to check my control arms, all my bolts, check the brakes, check my brake lines, check my fuel lines, check for leaks, check the valves, all that stuff. Sorry guys, my allergies the last couple of days have been bad, so but this week what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting the hood ready. We're going to finally paint the paint scheme that I want to do on the hood, me and my buddy are probably going to lay it out. I'm going to do the basic striping on it, which is going to be just the main colors of the stripes that we're going to do in the main big patterns, and then all the smaller patterns that we're going to do within him and I are going to lay down, because I always need someone to counterbalance my ideas, and that's kind of how I worked on the trunk. And that's kind of like on a project like that, I really like working with my buddy because we both are into the same thing, but we both have different ideas, and we really complement each other on that end when it comes to stuff like that. And you know, it was my buddy who helped me on the frame. If you guys go back and check out the work we did on the Bonneville, that was Ryan who helped me out, and we did. We worked together really good. We don't really argue much. I don't think we ever have or had any disagreements. So yeah, it's been hot. So last week was really hot, and yesterday, even though I did nothing all day yesterday, it was like that was the one day of recovery. So I need another day. I'm kind of taking today off. I'm just using this video to fill in because I'm still waiting on the rest of the footage, which JJ's son filmed, so that I can compile everything together for you guys. And again, it's going to be kind of crude because it's kind of hard to film and work and stop and pick when and do what, but the bulk work on the car is done. It comes down to the little details whenever JJ gets a hand, like fuel lines, fuel system, wiring. We're going to need an alternator. We still have to bolt up the trans, like to the crossmember. It's on the crossmember, but it just has to get bolted. We got to figure out our dipstick for the transmission. A lot of little things like that, but those are small things, which I think between the two of us, we got more than enough parts to make everything come together. Another thing is I got the shifter I mentioned the other week for the Pontiac. I'm going to probably put in this week as well. Try to at least. The main goal is to have the hood prepped out for like Saturday. Saturday I'll lay my paint down, and then either Sunday or Monday my buddy will come by and we'll lay down the patterns, and then I'll probably clear it one day during the week, or just take it by work and see if one of the guys will just clear it for me. I can clear it, it's just a matter of convenience. If I can do it over by the shop or not, which doesn't really matter at this point. I just want the hood to kind of match the trunk. So on that note, we got a lot of new subscribers. If you guys have watched older stuff, if there's stuff in there that you think your buddies would like, share, subscribe, tell them to check it out if you think they'll like it. This is pretty much the essence of what we do, what I do, my friends do, and we just kind of build our own stuff, do the best we can, and work with what we got, which is a big key element of what I do here. Is I kind of work with what I got, with what I can buy from people, used, find. I'll take hand-me-downs, I'll take freebies, I'll take anything. So like I mentioned just a few seconds ago, share, like, subscribe. I won't bore you guys. I am going to put in a clip or two from this weekend's work at the end of this video, and we did tow strap it from one building to the other, but it was only a half-mile drive, so don't judge me, guys. Don't judge us. It was actually kind of funny. So, but I'll let you guys go. Well, we're moving in the car, just towing it to its location.